Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the roller coaster of hilarity, fun, hijinks, and fourth wall breaking. We are talking about the Deadpool and Wolverine. Criticism sucks because, as usual, when you go to social media and you see the hottest new thing, even though it's like kind of late in my case, but when you see the hottest and popular new thing, probably gonna be a summer juggernaut, you start to get some nitpicks, you start to get some cherry picks, and we're gonna get right into it with Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, look, this is the only film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe releasing in 2024. It's gonna be a big deal. No other MCU movies or MCU properties, I believe, are releasing this year outside of this movie, so they're hedging a lot of bets on this film being readily successful. And I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a box office hit. The trailers are looking good. Apparently, from what I heard from insiders and sources and reports, they have no problem with the story. They're just doing like some small miniature reshoots at best, but I believe that if they have no problems with the plot and they think it's good enough to stand on its own, show it to me this summer. I can't wait to engage in this movie. Hugh Jackman is back. That was a very popular and interesting prospect to bring back Wolverine one last time with Ryan Reynolds, and we might have some comedic moments bounce on the serious Wolverine, and of course the aloof and carefree and sometimes admittedly stupid Wade Wilson. Oh man, it feels so good to just ingest everything with this film and see where it goes. And I want to see what references they make, post credits they make, and what they lead into in the greater MCU at the end of the film. That being said, my excitement is not on today's menu. You got a lot of it in the intro, right? But today is talking about Brett Murphy's summation of all the events and bad faith arguments we've seen on Twitter about this movie, maybe in other comment sections or Reddit as well, and we'll get to the first one. So people have said that the word fuck was said too much. Disney is trying way too hard with this film. My stance on that is, and I think that stems from this trailer right here, the official trailer that released like 2 weeks ago, showing more of Wolverine, that people also complained about in the official teaser. Oh, why is it not a lot of Wolverine here in the official teaser? It says teaser right there, guys. They're not going to show the secondary protagonists a lot in an official teaser. It comes with the territory. We have to pay attention and read. So for this trailer, the official trailer, I believe that fuck was said a lot. Like, this is a red band trailer, undoubtedly. I can't even pinpoint. I think, well, enough is said here when you see a man promptly stabbed in his balls. But I mean, yeah, it tells you it's an R-rated movie. It's a red band trailer. You're going to have characters swear or commit violence. I don't understand why you would expect less. I guess, like, I don't know, like, I'm going into this movie expecting them to like swear a fucking bunch. I just swore. Oh my god, like, it's like Christian mingle. You're not supposed to say you want to fuck on the dating site, but your intention is to fuck. You gotta say it in the Christian way, like, oh well, I want to fornicate thou or something. I'm just making a joke, but still. Okay, it's like, yeah, I don't think it's a try hard thing. Maybe it could turn out to be, I don't know. But Wolverine swears, Deadpool swears. I don't see the big issue with that. Number two is moving on to Hugh not having or not wearing sleeves. Now, this controversy goes way back. There he is with sleeveless Wolverine here. There was folks who did not initially like the costume with sleeves, and it's like, it's all a subjective thing, preface, whatever. But they were saying, oh well, why does he have sleeveless Wolverine style now? What has happened? What is going on? I don't like this. Okay, I guess the first thing logically to suspect here is that battle damage clearly like he was in a fight, so he ripped them off, or he found them inconvenient, or they just want to pay homage to classic Wolverine with no sleeves on, like the very old school 90s, you know, uncanny X-Men, all that other stuff, the cartoon and everything. So it's probably just a callback to that design while also making it reasonably make sense. I know there was some sort of rumblings of saying that, oh well, Hugh Jackman had skin cancer before, so he might be in the sun doing all these shoots or whatnot, and that could be another valid reason why they did give him sleeves in the first place, and they took them off here, which I don't know, that might debunk said logic. Maybe this is not a sunny scene. It doesn't certainly look like one, so maybe it's not debunked after all, but still, I think it's fine for the most part. I think Wolverine having no sleeves is once again harkening back to the appearance of the previous comic book character, and they made it make sense. Like, oh, someone just damaged him enough to knock him off, or maybe Deadpool just cut him off with like a sword or something. Like, that could happen as well. They're in battle a lot in this movie. Now let's move on to the next points. Wolverine not wearing a mask. Now I'm gonna pause the video and show you something really quickly because I've seen this already, and I'm sure if you have a keen eye and you've been following like news or information or anything regarding this movie, you've seen this too. So give me one split second. Alas, we've returned from the mountain of titties and pussy, or better yet known as google.com, where you can find all the stuff. So as we see, this is official merchandise of Wolverine on like a cup or something. Maybe it's like a popcorn cup. I don't fucking know. All I know is this is from the movie. And this is showing Wolverine in full gear with the mask on. Another one, this is official. Wolverine with the mask on. Although, it says it's from ArtStation, so I'm not too 100% sure on that one. But I know this one is real. This one is real as well. And, you know, and this. He's gonna wear the mask in the movie, guys. It's already on official merchandise. I like saying it that way. Merchandise in the film. It makes me sound like a Texan salesman, but I digress. Anyway, moving on to the next counterpoint. He has shoulder guards on. Why is there a problem? Why is there an issue? Again, battle damage. He's not going to keep it on for way too long. That's a very stupid point to get mad over if he's going to lose the shoulder guards. Like, it's all part of aesthetic and design. Next is the movie looks too gray. Honestly, I seen this opinion happen and this sentiment given a lot. It is supposed to be a negative at how Marvel Cinematic Universe movies tend to look, and honestly, I feel like it kind of comes from a situation of people being film snobs, because what they will do, and I'm not saying there isn't grayscale shots in the MCU, or maybe an unflattering shot, or maybe a shot of CGI that didn't look that great. See the end of Black Panther, obviously, with the two Wakandans fighting, but you know, T'Challa and Killmonger, that looks like a PS2 cutscene. I understand things of that nature being criticized, but there are also people that will cherry pick and not acknowledge any good shots given in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie when they look appealing or astounding. It's never really said in the same breath by the same cinema snobs who says it looks too gray. Case in point, some of the trailer itself. This is not all. Wait, no, not the Doom Buggy scene. You're fucking proving their point. This scene, this is not like 100% all gray. You got some sunny light in there. You got the head of Scott Lang in the background. I don't know what happened to Mr. Paul Rudd, but they made a fourth wall reference to that too. That's cool, by the way. Oh, that's where Paul Rudd's career went, or something like that. I love that so much. Explosion here. Somebody's leg was on fire. I guess that comes with the territory. Trying to find the one that I saw. That was a pretty cool shot. Sorry it's taking me forever, but hey, it comes with the territory. I have to go all the way here. We're fighting in the forest.
This is so silly.
That shot wasn't grayscale at all. Like, this is all in color. You got your greens, you got your browns, you got the car that stands out with the color here, like a blue sort of soccer mom car. I don't know how to explain that. It's just weird looking, you know? But this is snow, so it's gonna be white, obviously. And I'm trying to find the shot that I really liked.
Big slow motion action sequence.
This looks like something straight out of Mad Max. Just awesome. You see the sun on the horizon, the fucking brown sand on the ground, the blue. I'm sounding like a cinema snob myself. I'm sorry. Like, I just love film so much, and I get the love and appreciation for how a film looks, but this is not a bad shot, and nor is it super gray. And then there's the bar at the beginning where it looks like a nod to the Wolverine game teaser that's coming out by Insomniac. Just Logan sitting at a bar and it's all darkened and mysterious. Like, this is a great shot, and it's not dull, gray, or lifeless. It seems dark, gritty, and setting up a mood that Wolverine is pissed off, and I love it. So let's move on to the next one, because clearly there are shots in the trailer that doesn't look all great or has color to them. Hugh looks like he doesn't want to be there. All right, now we have to go find another video, so I'm gonna pause it again real quick and show you Hugh doesn't want to be there. That is nonsensical. I won't spend too long on this point. I won't spend too long on it, but everyone knows where I'm going with this. I went through Mr. Ryan Reynolds' channel, and this was the announcement of Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine.
Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?
Yeah, sure, Ryan.
You want to play Wolverine?
Listen again. Let me turn it up for you. Let it marinate for you in slow motion.
And terrifying. But we did have one idea. Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?
Yeah, sure, Ryan.
Let me actually push the slow motion button. I'm just letting it sink in for you right here. Like, he's asking a question and he says yes. He comes out of retirement. Hugh Jackman, the guy who put his body through literal hell to be Wolverine before in the past, is coming back to do a role. Clearly he likes it. Clearly he's having fun. Look at this thumbnail up here with him and Ryan Reynolds. Like, if he didn't have fun with it, won't you really figure that he would have said no to the entire thing? He would have said no to the deal here and not taking it? I mean, everyone asks him questions on the street about coming back to the movie, and he's having a jolly good time. So he's enjoying himself. I think that's just a very stupid argument. That's like, oh, he looks angry as Wolverine. He doesn't want to come back to the movie. What are you talking about? That's the implication that it seems to be going on there. Like, I don't get that one at all. Okay, it ruins Logan. Now, this logic has been said countless times. We don't know the story for Deadpool and Wolverine. He is mentioning the terminology of kid, like he knows X-23, but we don't know what this Logan has been through. We can guesstimate and assume from the trailer there's like these tombs and the X-Men probably die in his universe, but they also say that let me see, let's go through the trailer itself. Where is the shot where Wolverine's like on the floor? I need that right here. Oh, okay, these are supposedly the gravestones of the X-Men. Maybe Cassandra Nova is probably just fucking with him at best, making him relive events of the past and torment and tragedy, and seeing these X-Men gravestones is making him guilty, bringing out his inner demons. I mean, in the trailer, she's playing with them like she's playing with Silly Putty, controlling Wolverine with telepathy. And if you don't know, Cassandra Nova is Cassandra Nova Xavier, so she is more or less Charles Xavier's sister, and she has powerful abilities just like him, which is why she's messing with Wolverine so hard. It's all spelled out right there. Yeah, but this is him in obvious agony over what has happened.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
That line right there. What does that mean? This Wolverine let down his entire world. That could have some implications. If he is the Wolverine from Logan, we need to understand what is the context clue of him letting down the world. Is it letting the X-Men die, or maybe it was some, because Xavier killed all of the X-Men in the Logan timeline. He went crazy and he killed like all of them, right? Due to his dementia and everything. And that wasn't Wolverine's fault. So how did he let down the entire world? I'm assuming and guesstimating that this is probably like a variant of Wolverine. He could be a variant from the Logan timeline, or a completely different Wolverine entirely. You have to take that into consideration. How it ruins Logan, if it follows any of the theories that I said, where it's a different one, how would it ruin Logan in the first place? I don't get it. It could have some fracture where he knows X-23 and some of those events did happen. The X-Men is dead, but him ruining the world, there's some after effect there. There's some consequence there that's not really being talked about whatsoever, at least in the teasers with following and supplemental information. And we need to hear that information from the movie to confirm if it takes place in the Logan universe or not. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. Obviously, we had Toby come from the Spider-Man universe. I think that was paramount. If you're going to bring that character back, it has to be continuing stories from the Spider-Man universe and the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield respectively. It's no way it can't be anything else. It could happen, we could see it, but I don't think those character arcs in particular were ruined. If anything, they were only elevated and they gave more gravitas to the story. Let's continue on here. Anything else? Oh, the comparisons, it gets much worse. Saying fucking a Deadpool movie, Disney is trying too hard. Tell me you never seen a Deadpool movie without saying you ever seen a Deadpool movie, okay? Oh man, the movie, oh no, I see one. Okay, the trailer doesn't tell us what the movie is about. The movie is about Deadpool and Wolverine going on this multiverse adventure. I just told you what it's about. It only takes like 5 seconds to really guesstimate and figure that out. It took us 24 years to get the yellow suit. Well, maybe you should blame Fox for not giving it to us in the first place and saying, what do you prefer, yellow spandex? That was an awful rib at the comic accurate costumes in the original X-Men comics from the first X-Men movie that came out in 2000. And you know, I forget the year, but it came out in the 2000s, and that was awful. I think making everyone look the same with the black generic outfits, but only having the color scheme be different just slightly in the lines, that was stupid. Never do that again. Classic shitty MCU fight scene cuts. I don't think we've seen enough of the film, even in this trailer, to gauge how all the fight scenes are gonna go. Clearly they will cut stuff because of spoilers or character dies and the spoilers. But let's watch this one right here. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. It's a little bit of slow-mo there, too much that more than I would have probably preferred, but it's okay as a fight scene. There's a slight fight scene that I see. I'm just judging bits and pieces. The full fight scene could be amazing. I know it's another one where the Deadpool got like stabbed in the gonads. This is a short one right here with him and Wolverine. Let's watch that and analyze real quick. See, it's a lot of trailer fade in black, cut to black, so I can't really gauge it. From what I see here, it just looks fine for the most part. It's what you would expect Wolverine to do, attack Deadpool for being antagonistic or jokey to him or annoy him. It looks fine, I like just that little bit there it's typical in-camera stuff. It's not a bunch of, like, the worst fight scenes I think I ever seen in my life for comic book history was Iron Fist. Season 1. Iron Fist Season 1 was awful with fight scenes. Season 2 was better. But Season 1 was a catastrophe, like literally 76 cuts in one fight scene, and this is not that at all. It's like, it's fine. I don't get it. But they could have some bad fight scenes. Maybe, we'll see. We have to see. We have to wait till the movie releases. What else could I glean? I know it's more. Someone said the N in Wolverine is not capitalized. I wish I was joking, but I seen someone complain about this. The N in Wolverine is not capitalized. And that guy said that as a criticism? Huh. You know, I never seen Wolverine's name pronounced with like a giant N capitalized with his actual name. Has anyone seen that? Like, that guy must live in a universe where that has happened. It's clearly not ours. I don't know what he's talking about. Well, he has to be trolling, just like Brett said. What the fuck? Okay, then. Let's see. This movie makes X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine look like masterpieces. I haven't seen the Wolverines. I can't say. The little bit that I've seen of it, it looks fine for the most. It looks like a decent little movie. Not really, nothing on the level of Logan, obviously, but it's probably better than X-Men Origins. I assume it was received much better than X-Men Origins Wolverine. X-Men Origins Wolverine is the worst Wolverine movie of all time. When you commit a crime, when you commit a blasphemy, I'm not even gonna play a clip of this piece of shit. When you commit some form of a NATO level threat, right, with muting Deadpool's mouth, you know, making him the merc without a mouth, because that's like 100% against his character. He's the merc with a mouth. So when you commit this sin, this pure adultery of a piece of shit, people are not gonna like it, right? This is character assassination here, what they did in this movie. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. The claws look terrible. The storyline was done better in the game than it was in the movie. At least you actually had more character encounters, as opposed to this, where they just write almost everyone off. This movie's awful. There's no line in the sand. It is the worst Wolverine movie that ever came out. Ever. Ingredients of good ideas here or there, just poorly, sloppily executed without any thinking of the sort. This could have been a great flashback Wolverine movie talking about his past, but they fucked it up. All right, there is no, stop doing this revisionist history. I hate when people do that. If a movie was universally garbage across the board from critics to fans, then it is what it is. You cannot save it. You can say, oh, I liked it. No, there's no problem with people saying, oh, I like this film. But there's reasons why people did not like the film as well. It's like very, very, very valid reasons, as I'm pointing out. This is not like destructive criticism where it doesn't make sense and you're just like fucking going off and saying, man, you know, these people didn't understand this unsung masterpiece. And you know, at times I get that logic, because it can happen. There are people that will engage media and they will misinterpret it, but for this scenario, you muted Deadpool. That's fucking bad. Like, that's objectively bad on all fronts. That's objectively wrong too. What else? No cameos. Why would you want to get spoiled to the film with cameos in the trailer? Like, isn't that counterintuitive? Right? Don't you want to see the movie and be spoiled to the contents of the movie, versus saying it's spoiled in the trailer, then you're gonna say, oh, they spoiled the whole film in the trailer, I don't want to see it now. What? Why would you want that? I don't get why people do that. Like, they want the trailer to spoil things knowing they are going to complain about it. right? Like tell me I'm not speaking in tongues there. That's awful for them to do that. I would rather see the full product and be blown away there than to see it in a trailer. Marvel is guilt tripping us to watch this film so they can say they're a good studio. I think that guy is just like angry and upset that a lot of people are digging what the MCU has to offer with this movie, and therefore, because it's not negative again, he's just irate and pissed off. Like, you know, it's just, look, if they make good ideas and I find them to be great ideas, then I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Ryan Reynolds is being Ryan Reynolds, so funny, and you have a problem with people being funny? All right then, like, an entertainer can't be an entertainer, okay. Bad CGI, that's another film snob level complaint. Like, I didn't see any bad CGI. It's not, once again, on the level. I said MCU had bad CGI before with the end of Black Panther. We saw it. The two Wakandas fighting, you know, Killmonger and, of course, T'Challa. But, again, I didn't see any like super egregious CGI. I'm sure it is CGI in this movie, but not all CGI is bad CGI. We have to say it like that because I understand the initiative of people is to go out and try to slander everything they see in terms of a film, but you know, there is great CGI in movies. I understand not liking CGI, but to say, you know, MCU has always bad CGI is definitely erroneous. Like, there's some good CGI shots in there. I would say the best one I've seen so far is the whole, well, I'm not gonna say it's the best, it's probably like top 5, but the best sort of CGI I've seen was the Aurora Borealis scene in Black Panther as well. Another scene that has a bad, like, this, not a scene, but this movie has like good CGI and bad CGI as well. So I would say that Aurora Borealis scene where like Black Panther is in the sort of other plane and he sees his father and he says he was wrong about what he did with Killmonger and everything. That scene looked fine. It looked beautiful. It really did. Mad Max ripoff. Okay, you can't have an homage to shit. MCU is back when Deadpool comes. MCU is dead when Cap 4 and Thunderbolts come. We have no idea about those other two movies because they have no trailers that are released, so there's nothing to really talk about in terms of a discussion, which is, you know, all we have is costumes for Cap 4 and screenshots. That's it. Yeah, some people do enjoy being miserable. I agree with that. Like you can say, hey, you know, this just isn't my cup of tea. I've said that so many times in the past where, oh, this thing sucks, and you can have a explanation behind it. But some dudes just be like, they do not analyze things properly whatsoever. You can analyze something and still be like, oh yeah, this makes sense, this is not that great, but this is like weird. It's like a lot of generalizing too. I think that's it in terms of the criticism sucks here. It's just typical. Oh no, I don't believe, no, it can't be a soul that said that. Well, then again, it's the internet, so why the fuck am I doubting that? Oh, the CG looked better in X-Men Origins than Deadpool and Wolverine. I just had to say that guy is... I can't say that on YouTube. I can't. I had to stop myself for a minute. I'd be like, yeah, if I said that on YouTube, the whole video would be flagged. Oh no. I'm just gonna say that guy's an idiot. That's like, man, I swear to God. The humor feels like it belongs in 1995? Oh, what does that mean? Like, that's another thing too. At least try to give some context, even if you're grossly wrong. Give some context to that shit. What do you mean by the humor sounds like it belongs in 1995? Like, I don't even understand that. Bring up some examples. What do you mean? Bring up some movies. Like, what do you mean it belongs in 1995? Like, I need more context to that disagreement. Like, holy shit. Okay. I think I'm clever and irreverent since the Madonna song play over the top. Huh? I don't get that one either. Movies have songs that play in them and you have an issue? Okay. If you can say that for this trailer, then you would have to say that for any other trailer that has some weird outlandish song to it and a lot of action laid over top. It's like, okay, I'm an editor, right? I make YouTube videos, blah blah blah. So I try to find things that will fit the context of what I'm talking about. If I happen to make a joke or something like that, or I happen to make an intro, I want it to fit the tile. No, not the title, but if I happen to make like a joke or an intro or something, I want it to fit the style of the joke or the intro with music. Music is a form of expression, and they want to have this Madonna song play over it to fit the tone that this is going to be whimsical. That's it. It's nothing deep about that. Like, I think also there's people that look into things way too deeply when the obvious kind of answers their question. You'll find fans like that where it will answer their question immediately if they decided to think a little more outside of the box, which some people, unfortunately, on the internet, they don't do. They don't do that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this movie is gonna be a masterpiece at all. I think there's going to be a few things I might take an issue with. Too much fan service is a problem. There's nothing wrong with fan service if it's done in the right way. I mean, look at No Way Home. No Way Home did it correctly, in my opinion. Like, there's times where fan service could be annoying. I understand that, like, and it doesn't pay off. Look at, I put it like this. No Way Home does it right. Texas Chainsaw 2022 does it poorly, right? With the Sally character coming back and just, you know, not doing anything and being a piece of veal cutlet and dying without no rhyme, no reason, no explanation whatsoever, no additions to the story. She was just put there to die, and nothing overarching came of that. So I didn't like that at all. Anyway, I am signing out. That is the end of this criticism sucks forever of Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, all I gotta say is yikes. Just yikes of reading some of the stuff and people trying to put over X-Men Origins over this. That's crazy though.